Hi, so I'm going to come to this in a second. I just want to do a quick introduction. So my name's Jenna. I am a dual qualified nurse. I am general and mental health trained. All that means is I just didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. I am not NHS, and the reason why I say that is because that's one of the reasons that people are able to attack me, because they feel I don't have an opinion because I'm not NHS. So there are tons of nurses that aren't NHS. And you don't even have to be a nurse to have an opinion. So I just want to talk about this tonight. So yesterday, I did a comment on Facebook. There was a cafe owner, and I had a look on the Facebook page, and there was loads and loads of negative comments. And this woman in particular, who according to her Facebook status is an NHS nurse, said, that pin you are so keen to get rid of, you should have asked where I work. It was words to that effect. She deleted the comment before I could take a screenshot or really take on board what she said. So she left a comment saying that this guy should be in prison. I'm not sure whether I replied saying about mental health or whether it was how a taxpayer funded service is going to survive without taxpayers. And she went onto my wall, and there was a post about the I think it was a baby having a COVID test, and it got shoved right up his nose. And I did a post to say that if this is what nursing is, you can have my pin. I don't want it. I feel that we were coming very task orientated. I don't know because I wasn't there, but I would hazard a guess that we didn't risk assess that baby, that we didn't consider what the risks were, where that baby had been, about the age group, what the clinical signs were, if it needed done. Now, I'm not criticising the family at all. I think that if the parents felt that was necessary based on the information they had, I think we should have looked at that as kind of professionals in a better way. So that really, really concerns me. So I said, yeah, take my pin. I don't want it if that's what it's about. And then she commented saying this. Now, to me, that's quite a threatening post that kind of just wants me to be quiet. And I think that's a real theme that I'm seeing. It's agree with me or I'll shut you down. And then I'll either shut you down by attacking you, or I'll shut you down by threatening you, or I'll scare you, or, I'll make fun of you or something. And that really, really concerns me. So I'm just going to do a few more points. So I'm not an NHS nurse. Does that mean that my opinion does not had the same value? Or anyone else actually that isn't a nurse. So I think it's really important that we listen to different people from different experiences, because we might have a banker who thinks a different way than a nurse does, and because their reality hasn't been skewed and they're not influenced in a certain way, we can still value their opinion. It doesn't mean they're right, the same as it doesn't mean the nurse is right. So I think this divide that COVID's causing, the pandemic's causing, is really, really concerning to me. And I think we need to be okay asking questions, okay listening to each other without getting attacked and, shut down, really. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. So I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I have questions and I may have a different opinion to you. And that's okay. It's more than okay. What it feels like at the moment is it's agree with me or you're a conspiracy theorist. There's nothing in between, and I'm not really sure where that crept in. So don't like it, it's divisive. I think that it helps the person to put you in a little box in the back of the brain, and it helps them to justify their bad behaviour, their rude behaviour, their attacking behaviour. I've been pushed, I've been shouted at, I've had people comment negatively, and I think it just helps them to kind of put you in that, conspiracy theorist box, this person isn't worthwhile, so I'll just pop them in there. And the funny thing about that is, as nurses, we've been told not to label people, and nurses are doing this too. So we're told as nurses not to label people and the damage that it can cause, and we're still doing it. We're not stopping anybody from doing it. I've been called an anti-vaxxer by nurses. I'm not. So I think it needs to go. We need to stop labeling people. Also, what I find funny is the people who are labeling anyone who asks questions probably say something like, oh, I don't see all the deaths as numbers and statistics. I don't see them as dots on graphs. I don't see them as colours on bar charts, but I see you as this label. So sometimes the people that are attacking us, their actions don't match their words. And I do this a lot. So I try and be consistent, just like go in a straight line. So the way I ask questions, my tone of voice, I try and keep, consistent. And if it is that the person you're talking to is like this, I think they're quite unstable. So you can think about the pandemic. So, oh, it's the protests. Oh, no, we're putting in masks. Oh, no, it's eat out to help out. Oh, no, that's a bad thing. Like, they're like this. So they're going to say, oh, it's a pandemic, it's unprecedented. I understand that. But I think that if you're consistent and the other person is like this because they can't control their own emotions, so they're trying to control your behaviour, I would really be like looking at those red flags. So next point, I'm not a granny killer. I'm not. I love old people. I've got a lot of time for them. I've got a lot of respect for them. I've got a lot that I message on WhatsApp, and during lockdowns I did a lot for my elderly neighbours, not just because I was virtue signalling, because I would have done it anyway. So yeah, I've got total respect for the elderly, and it really does hurt my heart when I see these pods, these visiting pods, and everyone's like, oh my God, they're amazing. And I'm like, are they amazing? Or are they just the safest way of showing that we're doing something? Because we need touch, we need hugs, we need strokes, we need someone to like rub a hair. We need just to feel someone's presence. And I don't think they're amazing. I'm going to say it. It's out there. I've said it now. Unpopular opinion. I don't like them. And I really, really hope they're not to stay. So yeah, I love old people, and I love the stories, and I love hearing about when they're in the war and they'd have their wedding dresses out of parachutes, or they'd all share a tin of Spam. Love that. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I roll emoji. I'm not. So I went away last year. I had all my vaccines. As far as I know, I wouldn't have been stopped getting into another country, or at least the ones that I was going to. It was my choice. I made an informed decision where I was able to read the information, weigh up the pros and cons, and make a decision based on what I thought was right for my health. I was able to decide if I wanted tablets or if I wanted the vaccine, and then I paid for it, and I had them. So I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but again, it's just a box. It's a label that someone can put you in when you have questions, or you don't agree with them, or you just say no. It's okay to say no. I'm sure that's what we teach our young daughters. It's okay to say no. Don't be bullied into anything. So the last one is, just because you shout doesn't make it true. So rather than attacking me, rather than coming on and being mad, just educate me. Tell me what you know. Tell me why it is that you see the world in a different way, because I'll listen to you and I'll read it and I'll take it on board. So just because you shout it, it does not make it true. And sometimes what I found is that those that can't control their own emotions try and control somebody else's behaviour. So just be mindful of that. If it is that you're having conversations with people and it's getting a little bit heated. So as I say at the beginning, my name's Jenna, and I am having many, many nurses reach out to me and say that they're being ostracised, that they can't ask questions, because if they do, they're being getting called all these names, or with their own families as well, which must be awful at this time, having no one to reach out to. I'm getting people that are saying they're on the verge of suicide. And this is a story that we're not talking about in the news. It's almost like we're not allowed to. So I want to raise awareness with this. I am very concerned about the impact it's going to have on me, on my husband, on the way I earn a living. But when I put it into perspective, I'm like, but what am I doing? I'm literally asking questions. I'm not kind of hating on anyone. There's no hate speech. There's no act of terrorism. There's no criminal activity. I'm just asking questions. And I'm really concerned about the impact that's going to have on me long term. And that concerns me, that really scares me. And it's a bit of a mindfuck, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to leave it there. If you want to reach out, if you want to kind of vent, if you want to let me know what's going on, if you just need someone to talk to, or if you've got a way of educating me, then please let me know. And you'll be hearing lots more from me in the next couple of weeks, where I'll be asking all my questions. And if you've got any questions, let me know too. So for now, I'll see you later. Bye.